Hey, it's time for the podcast show with Tree and Bailey. Hey, Bailey, wake up. Hey, where are we at? Hey, well, we're supposed to have a guest today. I don't know where she's at, but she's supposed to be on here soon. Let me get rid of this real quick here. Hi. Hey, there we are. How are we doing today? Hey, Miss Bailey, where you at? Huh? I can't see you there. Let me lower the camera there, Miss Bailey. Yeah, there's my girl. So Bailey, last Friday, we weren't on because she had surgery. Oh God, let me get this hat here. Get rid of the damn leghorn and got a new hat today. Talent's Meat Market up in Riverside, Texas. They sell these Richardson 112 hats. I love these Richardson 112s. But they sell them up there. If you love great sausage, it's worth the trip. They've got 49 varieties of sausage. They just got a new case put in, and it's just full of sausage. A bunch of sausage you never even heard of, that they're making. And plus, they sell Bailey's Brew coffee, Patriot coffee, and I have their own coffee too. I make for them. But Talent's Meat Market, family owned, been around for a long time. Great sausage. And if you need to get a deer process, they do that as well. But hey, Miss Bailey, how are you doing today, huh? You feeling better? So last Friday, Bailey got spayed. Yes, she did. Got her tattoo. There it is right there. No blood, just a scar. Got her shaved belly. And she's doing good. She's been a real finicky eater this week. Pretty much almost feeding her by hand. Putting the plate right next to me. But she's just as cute as can be. But she's so vocal now. Playing with her toys in the house. I wouldn't let her run and stuff work, but I let her play with the toys in the house. And she'd be like making noises while she's playing with them. And she's never done that before. Never has she made noises while playing with toys. And at first I thought maybe she's in pain maybe or something like that. But she wasn't. She was just playing with the toys, happy as can be. But since she's had that surgery, she's more vocal. She was outside barking the other day, and she doesn't bark. No. I mean, unless I need her help, and say, help, Bailey, help. She's sleeping over. Her eyes moved. But she'll bark. But she's barking now, and she was barking at the cows the other day, and I was just laughing, and she likes those cows, and she's in the back bench barking at them like, hey, come over to us, and number 33, this brown cow, old calf came over, and bull calf came over, and he's, scratched his head and everything. They were sniffing each other, but Bailey barked at him, and he kind of flipped his head around at her, and they're like buddies, it's really funny. But, she's adorable. I just love that dog. But we were supposed to go to Waxahachie today. Yep. Oh, man. I was so looking forward to going. And, I was a little cautious about Bailey, and this event right here, the Ellis County Poultry Trade Day. So it was biggest little chicken event in Texas, September the 9th. Well, we were supposed to go, and I was looking forward to going. But what the heck is that? I posted up a picture. And I just got a reminder for today's podcast, but my guest isn't on. I don't know what happened to him. So I was supposed to have on Klein FFA teacher Rebecca Brummond. We're going to talk about the Harris County Fair, what's new with Klein FFA, and then my event as well. But she was a no-show. I emailed her this week. She said yes, she'd be on. I sent her the link last night, and I sent her by text message. And she's not here. I don't know where she's at. Oh well. It happens. It happens a lot. It happens too much, actually. A lot of people, they think it's no big deal if they miss a podcast. I guess no big deal. All I'm trying to do is promote their school and promote their events, promote my event, But if you don't want to come on, I guess you don't want to come on, or if you just run late, I don't know. But I was looking forward to having them on. because my event was going to benefit the FFA and Lone Star Chicken Care. But if I don't have anyone show up for the FFA, I'm not going to help them out. I'm just going to give whatever money I get in, extra money, I'll give to Lone Star Chicken Care. You know, it's just a donation. You know, I thought I'd get together with, but none of the FFA people I've been talking with have been really interested in getting involved. So what do you do? You know, you only try. Hello, Bailey. You look so cute. Yes, she does. But hey, let's check on the chickens real quick. Where you have chickens? With the sun being so bright this morning, you really can't see them that well. But they're out there in the chicken tunnels hanging out. Let me see if I can move the camera a little bit. No, I can't. There we go. There's a coop. Added some signage to it, some signs on there, some metal signs. But I'll tell you what, yesterday was bad, and the day before yesterday was really bad. Oh, you know something? I didn't even finish talking about the Ellis County Poultry Show. Bailey and I aren't going. And, well, she just had the surgery a week ago, which she still needs to take it easy. This morning I played with the ball with her for a little bit, just to give her some exercise, because it's been a week, you know. But the reason we're not going is because of me. I have a disability, and I have poor circulation in my legs, and for the past 25 plus years I've been dealing with it. I get open sores in my legs, and they just open up. I can bump into a cardboard box lid with pants on, and then the lid will actually rip my leg open. And any little small thing I bump in can very easily open up my leg, and I get these openings. And, well, the one on my left leg I hit just working in the yard on something. I always moving stuff around so I don't bump into stuff. And I bumped into something. It opened up into about a $50 size hole. And then I had another little hole on my right foot, right at my ankle, rubbing on my shoe, which was horrible pain. The nerve pain's been horrible in that. And I went to the doctor's Wednesday, and the doctor looked at it and said, "Man, your left leg looks great. It's healing up nicely." He said, "What I'm worried about is your right foot, because it's right on your ankle where it wears on your shoe and everything." And he goes, "You got a little redness around there, which I don't like, which could be the beginning of an infection. So I'm going to put you on some antibiotics." And he said, "Well, with your history of last year being hospitalized 4 times from infections, let's go ahead and check you in." And I said, "Man, I can't. I just can't. I have no water at my house. My water well's gone out. And I'm having to, bring in bottled water to, give my chickens. And I am waiting for well service to come out and repair it. And they're supposed to come out today and look at it, and on Wednesday, and let me know, the cost and all that, and what's all involved and so forth." So I said, "I can't. I just can't. I got to get water for my place. I got to get water for my chickens. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to check myself in the hospital that, 87 chickens died." And the guy said, "Okay, that's fine. I'll send you home with antibiotics." So he did. And he said, "I want you to take it easy, step your feet, keep that leg elevated," which I've been doing. I have been. I'll go outside and water the chickens and take care of them. And I come back in and elevate my feet. I've got a good old lazy boy chair in front of the TV, and Bailey hangs out right by my side there. And I've been keeping my leg elevated. And it's getting better already. It really is. And I mean, it's crazy is the hole in my left leg was the size of a $50, and the hole in my right foot is half the size of a pencil eraser. Just a little bitty dot, but it's getting redness around it. But the pain is so severe in my legs from nerve pain that even a little bitty hole like that, anytime I'm rubbing on it, it's just pure nerve pain just shooting through my body, and it's horrible. It's just the worst thing ever. So every night I got to take my medication to get to sleep, and it's just horrible pain. I've been dealing with it for 25 plus years, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've cried myself to sleep before from pain. But Bailey's helped me out with that too. And it's as a service dog, she comforts me. But then again, she also helps me up out of chairs and so forth. So hey, I got a text message here. Who's it from? It's my tag teacher, so she's going to come on. Let me message her real quick. She had a meeting with her students. I'm texting her saying, yes, come on. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to have her coming on. So we're not going to do the poultry show today, or we're not leaving to Waxahachie. We're staying in town. We're not going there. We'll be around here all weekend. But we still have our show coming up October the 21st right here. Let's see here. There it is right there. There's a flyer. Still looking for sponsors. Still looking for volunteers. Got some volunteers from my animal hospital where Bailey goes to, and the hospital where Bailey had her was spayed, Northwest Animal Hospital over on 1960. They spayed Bailey. The reason we went there and not her regular animal hospital was because the organization that teaches for her service dog training sent us over there because we had a discount. And, spaying is not cheap. So, hey, there she is right there. I'm going to get rid of chickens and bring her on.
Sorry about that, guys.
There she is. How you doing, Rebecca? Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you just fine. I'm just stepping outside so I don't have all the shop interference sounds.
Where you at? Are you in
Hello.
a store? I got a bad connection with you. She's on her cell phone, so that happens. Let's try that again. Okay, all right, there you are.
Sorry about that.
All right. Where are you at?
At school. So I just
Okay.
stepped outside into our parking lot to try to get a little better signal.
Oh, okay, all right. So I thought you were in a barn or something, So we're just talking about Bailey and her surgery. She just got spayed.
Oh, she's not a happy puppy then.
Oh, she's doing all right. It's been a week. She's
Okay.
doing a lot better. But we went to Northwest Animal Hospital where one of the girls there is one of your students.
Yes, I have a couple of students there. My daughter actually works there also.
And your daughter works there too, right?
Yes, sir.
Which one's your daughter?
Revan Brummond.
Okay,
She only works there a couple afternoons during the school week.
Yeah. So I met Haley. She wants to volunteer at my poultry show.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's coming up. So I'm gonna put Bailey away over
and
here.
Doc O'Banion was actually one of my husband's old ag students when she was at Klein Oak.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah. I have friends that their kids were under you, Timley Cole and Tanner Cole.
Yes.
Yeah. And they're good friends of mine. I grew up with their father, Ralph Cole.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yep. So, I see you got the Harris County Fair coming up.
Yes, sir, we do. It's coming up next weekend, so we're looking forward to it.
That's great. Well, we're supposed to be in Waxahachie this weekend for the poultry show, but my doctor said no because I got a hole in my leg and it's got a slight infection.
Oh no, that's no good.
Yeah, so we're not going to Waxahachie. I got 25 plus years of poor circulation and get openings in my leg like a diabetic, but I'm not diabetic. So it happens. It ruins things all the time for me. But maybe we can come next weekend to the poultry show. That would be great.
Sure, we would love to have you there.
Yeah. So, what day y'all gonna be out there? Is it a one-day event or?
It's a one-day show. It's actually two different shows. I have two different poultry judges that'll be there. Mr. Bill Hopkins and Mr. Troy Jones will be judging for us. So I have two different. They're both APA and ABA certified shows. So they're both sanctioned shows.
Right.
One will be judging for show A and one will be judging for show B. And I have awards and everything. I think we have about 150 birds entered. So it's not a huge show, but it's a start because Harris County, we had a show a couple years ago and then it got canceled when we lost Harris County and then we brought it back. And then due to scheduling and everything last year, we didn't bring it back. And then so I'm telling my county guys, I'm like, let's keep it and keep it going and it'll get bigger as we go. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
My FFA kids are actually running the show. So they're setting it up. They're cleaning up. They're clerking the show for for all the judges and everything.
That's great. That's great. I'm actually working on my trophies for my show right now.
Yes, sir.
I'll show them to you real quick. They're gonna sit on a piece of wood, and on the piece of wood will be a
Oh, those
all
are cute.
they're metal. They're cut out and everything. Yeah,
I like those.
yeah. So they'll have some artwork on the front here. This is Tri-County Poultry Show, and then the wood base will mention what category they're from. I'll create a nice wood oak base for it. I'll put the wording on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I make those all the time for events. But yeah, I'll have those, and so it's going to be all open and everything. It'll be at a we'll probably have a bunch of barnyard mixes in it, But this is the first one, just to get going. And if it goes well, we'll have another one in the spring. Have
Awesome.
2 a year.
Yeah, there's not a lot of shows in the spring, so that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I know. So I think that'd be a neat thing. And plus, there's it's the start of the chick season pretty much, and get people going. Yeah. So you got a student there with you?
No, I don't. One of the maintenance guys is needing to get out, so I needed to move out of the way.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So what's going on today at your school?
Just same old teaching class and running around doing FFA. We're fixing to purchase all of our animals tomorrow for our Klein show. So we're going to have probably 100 and something pigs bought, probably 60, 70 lambs, 60, 70 goats purchased, thousands of broilers and turkeys and all that mess purchased tomorrow at our Klein Multipurpose Center. So been kind of going from class to class getting numbers. So I have an idea of how many we're going to possibly have at our farm and figure out if we have enough room for all of our animals at our farm.
Where's y'all's farm at the school?
Our farm's off Klein Cemetery Road. So Klein ISD has facilities for all the high schools. Klein Oak has a farm by Klein Oak High School. Klein Forest has a farm close to Klein Forest High School. And then Klein Kane, and Klein Collins all have a farm off Klein Cemetery Road, close to TC Jester and Spring Cypress.
I've been to the Klein Cemetery Road location.
Yeah.
With my friend's kids. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and each one of those are about 3-acre farms that have a big, large cattle barn on it for lambs, goats, and cows, and another large barn for pigs.
Yeah, that's great.
And then,
so you have a Klein show as well coming up?
Yes, I do. My Klein show is in December, so it'll be December 2nd.
Okay.
We host and we run that also. It is another 2-ring show. So it'll be a 2-sanction show for ABA and APA. I have 4 different judges coming in from all around the country to judge. I have one coming in from Canada actually to judge for me too. So what we bring in judges from all around the country, so we get some different opinions and different ideas. And then usually we have 900 to 1,000.
What's the name of the person from Canada?
Brian Shelton.
I think I spoke with him on social media.
Possibly. He's a very cool guy.
Yeah. Because I wanted to talk about him coming on the podcast and talk chickens.
Yes, sir.
So before the Klein show, you want to do something with your students and do a podcast with the kids and talk about the Klein show?
I would love to do something and set something up for my students to get with you.
We could actually set it up at the school if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want me to bring all the equipment out there, we can just set it all up at the school, and you can have like 5 microphones set up for everyone to sit down and talk.
Okay. That sounds cool.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I think that'd be great. Might have some interesting kids wanting to get involved with doing podcasts,
Yes, sir.
Yeah. A lot of fun. I enjoy this. It keeps me going. It helps me out with PTSD and everything and my health issues. And I love it. Absolutely love it. And get to talk to some interesting people.
Yes, sir. Now I know I actually have, and I'm gonna do a little shout out that I have some students looking for birds. So if anybody has some show quality breeder birds, reach out, send me an email, let me know. Brummond@kleinisd.net. Let me know if you have anything available because I have some students looking. So
are they looking for free birds or looking to buy birds?
To buy birds.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. I actually know some people they've got some great birds or PT tested and everything. I was hoping to have birds that I could sell, but the hatchery that my birds came from this past year with everyone buying chickens, they were buying from, other stock contractors that weren't legit, I guess. And I got a bunch of barnyard mixes.
Yeah.
And all my barred rocks are laying green eggs.
They got some kind of Americana or something in their back end.
They do. I got about 14 that have crests on their heads and they're half brown and half black and white. They look like barred rocks.
When we have those our poultry shows, we do have that backyard division for those off-ball colored ones. So then we actually have that backyard division specifically for those birds that come out and just not quite colored right, but they're fun to have.
Well, I have one here. Let me find a picture of it. Let me find a picture of Brittany. I have one. I call her Brittany. I won't tell you why, but where's it at? Where's she at? Brittany, where you at? She's supposed to be a Wyandotte, and she's not a Wyandotte. She's nowhere close to being a Wyandotte. I don't know. There she is. Come on, picture. There she is.
That is not a Wyandotte.
No, it's not a Wyandotte. No, I bought 6 Wyandottes, and she was one of them. And it grew up, and she's real tall and got a beard, got a black crest, and big.
Kind of looks like a Spitzhausen. So I did have some of those at one point in time.
Howard Davenport thought it was a random something or another, but then other people said, well, those feathers look like this, and it's just a barnyard mix.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's laying gray eggs.
Oh, that's different.
I know. Her eggs are gray. I'm like, what the heck, Yeah.
Hey, if she's laying eggs, she's doing her job then.
That's right. I'm keeping her. Yeah, I got a, look at this. I mean, what's your normal size egg in grams you see? Oh,
I haven't weighed mine. I've got some that lay huge eggs because I got some good Morans that lay some really big eggs, and then of course I got a bunch of Banties that lay a bunch of tiny things.
Here's like a medium. Here's a medium to large, 1.7 ounces.
Yep.
Okay. Here is
yes, sir.
Your normal size jumbo, which is about 80 grams, 75, 80 grams, or 2.2 ounces. Okay. Look at this thing, 90 grams. 3.2
Oh my God.
ounces. I know.
That's huge. Did it have a double yolk?
Yeah, it had a double yolk, and it came out of a it's like a first or second egg out of one of my Rhode Island Reds.
Oh wow, that's impressive.
And she's so little too, and I'm like, oh my Lord, that poor girl. Yeah, but she had that. I just about died. But I'm gonna go ahead and order. I'm taking all these eggs that are laying, all the chickens that are laying the green eggs, and I'm putting them into a new coop I'm building that's going to have all my chickens that lay colored eggs.
Okay.
And I'll keep them all separate. But then I'm ordering the Heirloom Exhibition Series Barred Rocks and Rhode Island Reds.
Oh, that's cool.
So that if students want to raise those, they can get those from me. I'll have those, But
yes, sir.
I'll be selling those because I don't want to sell these barnyard mixes,
Oh yeah, I get that.
Yeah, they're great for eggs, so I get a ton of eggs. But yeah, but I met there's a doctor up in Plantersville. He's a retired doctor, not a vet, but a regular human doctor, and he sells chickens, and he has good quality chickens. So I'll mention to him.
Okay.
And I'll give him your information if So
that would be great. I would appreciate it.
Yeah, he's a very efficient guy, and I'm trying to get him to come on the podcast, but he's just not that kind of person.
No, I get that. 100%.
Yeah, he's a good guy, though, really good guy. He's real informative, knows a lot of stuff. Yeah. So I'll give him your information, and I know he's got silkies and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Christine Petruska?
No, I do not.
Yeah, she's another breeder in Tomball, and she's got some really good quality birds as well. And she's actually a PT tester herself.
Okay.
Yeah, so
good to know. I'll need to get her name then, because Howard usually does most of my PT testing, but occasionally he's unavailable. So
yeah, I spoke to Ken McCracken.
Yes, sir. He's got some really good Orpingtons.
Yeah, he's a PT tester as well and everything. So he's interested. He's gonna be coming out to our poultry show on October 21st.
Awesome.
So are y'all gonna have a table out there?
I was hoping to, but when I was looking at my calendar and figured out my calendar, I already have a different show on there for cattle, lambs, and goats because unfortunately I do everything. Okay, so I'm unable to make it to that one. But for sure, if y'all are able to put together one in the spring, I definitely want to attend that one and come to it with some kids.
Okay. Do you have any kids that are in poultry that want to come out and set up a table, or do that have a supervisor with them?
Let me chat with them. I probably have a couple that don't have the lambs and goats and all that mess that would be interested in setting something up.
Or if you have some that are interested in judging and all that, they want assist Howard, or
sure,
something like that. Yeah, they're more than welcome to, and have a table set up for y'all's FFA.
Sure.
I'd love to have someone representing y'all out there.
Awesome. Yeah, let me chat with my kids and see if I can get one or a couple of them to attend that if they're not with
Yeah,
me. So
yeah, and they can enjoy a great lunch at a 2920 Roadhouse on me.
yes, I love that place. It's great, great steaks.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. I went there the day before yesterday. Had a burger. Their burgers are good. Have you had their brisket chili?
I have. It is very good.
It is. It is. I can't wait till winter because I love chili during the winter. And
Yes, agreed. It's a little hot right now, but
I can almost walk there from my house.
oh wow. I'm
Yeah,
not too far from there, but I'm not walking that far.
I'm like, you know where New Kentucky is there across the street?
Yes.
Well, right next to him is a great big white vinyl fence on the front of some property.
Okay.
That's me. That's me.
Oh wow. You
Yeah,
seriously can walk there.
yeah, I know. I'm right on a couple acres over there with all the chickens and all that. Yeah. So, yeah. But hey, if you need to get back to your school or class, whatever, I'll let you and so forth. But you have anything else you want to tell anyone or anything about any events or?
No, I mean, if they're interested in at least coming out, that Harris County Fair Poultry Show is Saturday the 16th. It'll start at 9 o'clock in the morning and until it just depends how long the judges take, but it'll be at the Crosby Fairgrounds. Technically, if somebody really wanted to enter still, I would take an entry or two if needed. If they just want to message me, if they want to bring in some birds, that I'm more than welcome to take a couple more entries because I'm still putting together the cards for the show.
Okay.
And then our Klein show is on December 2nd, and I'll be posting some flyers and everything else about it and with entry forms and everything else. And I'd love to see everybody come that wants to come and can come.
So for next weekend, would it be okay if I film some stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. I want to film some stuff and have that, for content and everything on the channel.
Definitely. We would love you to. My high school kids are putting it on. They're running it. They're hosting it. They're setting it up. They're, tearing it down. So it's completely high school run and we look forward to it. And sure, we would love you to come and talk to our kids, talk to my kids, talk to the judges, whatever you want to try to get on film and use, we'll gladly support you.
Great. That's awesome. So that's great. And is there anything else going on with the fair? Is there any kind of rodeo or anything going on, or just the fair?
So the rest of Harris County Fair is actually at the end of October, and it will actually be at the Katy Fairgrounds.
Okay.
So off of Old Katy Hockley. So the rest of the Harris County Fair is at the end of October. That will be lambs, goats, pigs, cattle. They will have now our fair is just premium show, but they will have a freezer sale at the end. So any kids that are wanting to sell pigs, lambs, or goats at the end, or even possible cattle, if you're looking for some fresh meat to put in your freezer, by all means, come out on October 28th and purchase something out of our freezer sale to put in your freezer. Support the kids. We would love any help, any support you could have for our students.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you for coming on.
Hey, not a problem, sir.
Yeah, and you're welcome on anytime you want. Just give me a message. I'd love to have you
Yes,
on.
sir.
You can even have students come on and talk and so forth. But
Well, I may throw my daughter on here too because she's a poultry nerd. She's been doing poultry since she was 6 years old, and she's a junior in high school now. Her actually goal is to go to A&M and do poultry science and actually become a vet in the poultry industry.
No way, really?
Yeah, she's a little crazy.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's great.
So,
yeah, she's welcome to come on anytime. I mean,
definitely.
I would love to have her on once a month at least to talk chicken.
Okay, I'll tell her that.
Yeah, I would love to have that.
I'll tell her that. She'll gladly jump on. She likes to talk about birds. She's a bird nerd.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, Howard comes on once a month and talks about, medical stuff. I'd love to have a student come on and talk about it as well. Yeah. That would be awesome.
Definitely. Yeah, so. She's actually her and her partner for Ag Science, their National Ag Science Project. It was a state Ag Science project they won, and they actually qualified to be national finalists for FFA. And their science project was testing different sprays to use for mite control in our Cornish hens that we have, because mites around our area are awful. And so they're actually right now they're inside studying because they got their interview on Monday for that. But yeah, so most of her science projects and everything she does are poultry influenced in different ways for feeding methods and additives and supplements. And so
you got a large mite problem over there?
Oh, yes. Yes, unfortunately. And once they're there, you can't get rid of them. So now we just have to figure out how to keep them off the birds.
I use, I tell you what, I had a little issue with them, I think, but I do a lot of cooking. I love to smoke meats.
Yeah.
So I took all my wood ash and I mixed it in with the dirt.
Oh, wow. Okay.
and they love it. And it's really, I've heard that wood ash is really good for them for their dust bathing and everything.
Yeah.
So I use that every time I cook, and after they get done cooking, I clean out the pit. I mix it in with the topsoil and the dirt and everything. They love it.
She found in her experiment, because she was testing chemicals that a lot of the local breeders use all the time, and she found that the fipronil actually works the best and keeps the mites off the best. And it is a dog spray, but we had Dr. Jim Regilla and everything help us and give us ideas on what to do, and a couple of the other doctors and vets that she knows was giving us some ideas, and all the different breeders that we know were giving her some ideas to try, and that was what ended up working the best. But she also in her research found that putting garlic in the water will help to keep them away too. So she's probably gonna do that research too and see if garlic, how well it does against the chemical.
Did she do garlic? Did she try garlic powder in food?
We were gonna do the liquid garlic in the water. So because that is more controllable versus the powder. Because if you put the powder in the food, you're not guaranteed they're eating it, and the powder's not just going to the bottom.
Yeah.
So we were looking at doing the liquid garlic extract into the water itself to see what that would do.
Awesome.
So she's got some different ideas. Whatever you want to do, baby.
I'd love to talk to her about it. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah. Since I've done, I mix in the pepper flake and the garlic powder and so forth into my
Yes,
feed.
sir.
Yeah. And I don't know if it helps, but
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I would absolutely love to have her on. Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell her that. She'd love to get on and chat with you.
Now, I come on Friday mornings live, but I do Sunday nights sometimes.
Okay.
And if she wants to do the Sunday night slot, show, she's welcome in.
Well, and the live during Fridays actually would be fine with her too, because she's down here. She's an overachiever. She's in all ag classes except for one college chemistry class, because she's just that far ahead. So
wow,
we can let her step out of her ag classes to get on and chat with you.
That's awesome. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I'd love to have her on. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we will get that set up then. I'll talk to her about it, and we'll get that set up, and we'll get where she can get on and chat with you about it.
I'd love that. That'd be great.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you letting me come on and chatting about our program and our shows coming up and everything. And I look forward to jumping on and chatting with you some more.
Yeah, no problem. I'll send you the link from YouTube, so if you want to share it.
Sounds great. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you very much for coming on.
Have a great day.
You too. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm glad to have her come on. I love FFA. I really do. Let me bring Bailey up here. She's sound asleep. She's like, oh, Dad, I'm bored. I love my coffee. Yeah, she smelled it too. She's like, Dad, are you drinking coffee? So I put cream in my coffee for her. Okay, so when I get done drinking my coffee, I like to have like a little mixture, a little battery operated mixture I put in my coffee, and it froths up the cream. And when I get done drinking, that cream is still in the coffee cup, all over the coffee mug. I'll let her lick the coffee mug. She absolutely loves it. I'm sure there's a little bit of coffee left in there, but today I'm drinking the bourbon pecan blend. If you look at the bottom of the screen, it says Bailey'sBrewCoffee.com. Use discount code BOCKCAST, and you'll save 10% on your order. Under Bailey's Brew Coffee, you'll see chicken series. You can order the different chicken series blends, or you can order, the regular Bailey's Brew blends. They're all kind of the same. I do the chicken series so I can get the coffee in feed stores and stuff like that. But if you would like to try this bourbon pecan coffee, which I drink almost every day, it's the drunk chicken. And it's got a drunk chicken on the front of it. It's really funny chicken. Another coffee I drink a lot of in the Bailey's Brew series is a Cock-a-Doodle-Doo breakfast blend. You see that right there. It might be backwards. But it says on the package, Cock-a-Doodle-Doo breakfast blend. If the rooster doesn't wake you up, the coffee will. So it's a medium roast coffee with an extra shot of caffeine. Smells so good. It really does. So drinking bourbon pecan coffee every day, it just all of a sudden it starts tasting like the same old coffee, same old thing every day. Well, goodbye, Bailey. Hope you enjoyed the show. She's coming over here to lay down next to me. I'm going to get rid of the chair and then bring up the chickens outside. But there's the chickens. not much can be seen of them. The sun is so bright right now. Trying to move the camera a little bit. Come on. Don't allow me. It's got a mind of its own. So every once in a while, I'll be drinking so much bourbon pecan coffee that all the coffee starts tasting the same. So I like to switch it up. So what I'll do is I'll have the Cockadoodle Brew Breakfast Blend, for instance. I'll have that, and it tastes absolutely delicious. But the very next day, I can have a cup of bourbon pecan. It's like the first time I've ever drank bourbon pecan because it's, I've been used to it. I drink the breakfast blend, and I go back to the bourbon pecan, and it's like, oh, that's so good. I also own another coffee company called Patriot Knife Coffee Company. That's when I first started. And it's Patriot Knife, as in chef knife, patriotknifecoffee.com. And if you go on there's a blend called Shop Blend. And it's a Colombian blend of coffee. It's absolutely delicious. I drink that a lot too. I have that in a decaf. A good friend of mine that helps me out over here, he likes drinking the decaf in the evening. I drink, that doesn't matter. He drinks it all day long, all night long. In fact, I got up last night to take medication. And the worst you can do is mix caffeine with medication, like pain medication, because I guess it doesn't really help you by doing that. But I drank a cup of coffee that's caffeinated, and I took my medication. Not a pain medication, but a nerve pain medication, gabapentin. And I put my feet up in my chair, and I watched my buddy Dale Brisby and my buddy Cody Webster, bull riders and bullfighters. I was watching their podcast. I like watching theirs. Not podcasts, but their YouTube channels and their different videos. Dale's a funny guy. He also has a podcast, and he has a rodeo school. But I watch theirs all the time, and I watch a bunch of other people. I watch some homesteaders and other poultry people. Now, last week, if you missed it, last Friday, I had a show scheduled to come on, and for some reason, it didn't come on. I have no idea what happened, but it was scheduled to come on with Chuck Lewis from Sheridan Park Farms out of McGrady, North Carolina. This man and his wife, they're awesome people. I mean, totally awesome people. I mean, I can't believe how great they are. They're so informative. They've got just great information regarding beef cattle, pigs and chickens and turkeys and broilers, and then going to markets and selling, Very good Christian people. They really are. But I love their show. I think they're really wonderful people. I sent them some coffee for coming on the podcast. I sent them a bag of Chuck roast, since it's Chuck Lewis, and I sent a bag of Saundra Shuffle, which is his wife's name. It was Saundra Shuffle because Saundra took a tumble. She was, I don't have the pictures on here, but we were working her pigs, and a great big 500-pound sow, I don't know, probably 500 pounds, got between her legs and picked her up, and she took off on her for a ride on that pig. So I created PHR, not PBR, not Pro Bull Riders, but Pro Hog Riders blend of coffee. And I created a logo of a cowboy riding a pig, and I put a logo kind of look like the PBR logo, but it's not. It's a PHR. And it says proud member of the Pro Hog Riders Association on it. And I put that on the bag, and I sent it to Saundra. And it's a bourbon pecan coffee. So they got that. I haven't heard from them if they like it or not. I hope they do. But she's a good sport. She actually didn't get bruised riding the pig, but she got slammed into the trailer and bruised up her shoulder real bad. But her and her husband, they both go out and do markets every weekend selling their chickens, selling their meat from their pigs and their chickens and their beef cattle. But really informative stuff. If you like watching YouTube videos and the YouTube channel, please subscribe to Sheridan Park Farms, and please subscribe to me as well. It only helps me out. and like and share us and so forth. If you raise chickens and you want more information, or you would like to come and talk about chickens, you're welcome to come on the podcast. I'll bring you on. I like having people come on. I'm on every Friday morning at 10 a.m. and then sometimes I have them on Sunday nights, just for something to do. It's just Bailey and I out here. Bailey's sitting over on the floor by my side right now. But I got to take it easy for a while. Next weekend is the Harris County Fair out at Crosby. I'm probably going to go to it. Hopefully, if my leg is healed up enough, I'm just going to keep my leg elevated all week, and which helps out a lot. It helps out a lot. And then my bed allows me to sleep with my legs elevated, which helps out a lot. And then I'm wearing what's called an Una boot, UNNA. The man that designed or invented it, his last name was Una. And Una boots have been around for 30 years or more. And they used to use a calamine lotion on your leg, and then they would wrap it with like a cast material and then a flex material and so forth. And now it's just the material we have it's kind of like a soft cast. It's white. It's got that gooey, creamy stuff on there on the cast material, and you wrap it right on your skin, all wet, and it's ice cold sometimes when you put it on, and you wrap it around, and then you put Curlex over it, which is your soft roll of gauze material. And once you have that on, then you come over it with and like an elastic wrap. I call it vet wrap, VETRAP, WRAP. Vet wrap has been around for many years. It's used in the animal industry, for veterinarian animal industry, and for treating injuries and so forth. They have them in different colors. You'll see around their ankles, a lot of times wrapped around their ankles and so forth for support on horses. I used it for years on my dogs, but now I have it on myself. And they make a flesh color wrap that I've been using for years. I buy it in camouflage. I buy it in different colors, because sometimes I'll wear shorts, and I'll wear a different color vet wrap, on my legs. And it's kind of funny, I showed up to the wound care center one day with a camouflage leg wrap on, and they were cracking up laughing when they saw that. And then sometimes I'll show up with it all being red, white, blue up my legs. Just got to keep it funny. Laughter's the best medicine, and dealing with all the pain I do, that's what I do. So, but oh well. Hopefully by next weekend it's healed, we can go out there. And like I say, I'm going to go out there next weekend and do some filming. So that'll be fun. And so it'll be Bailey and I out there and do a little filming. I got to find somewhere this week to get some embroidery done. So I can have, I'm going to have some hats embroidered and stuff like that. Get ready for the big Tri-County Poultry Show we're going to have. Let me post this up real quick. There's the flyer right there. And let me get rid of all this other stuff. If you want to come out, we'd love to have you out for that. And it's going to be a one-day show from 9 a.m. till 2:30. If you want to be a vendor, you can be a vendor. We haven't started accepting money yet for anything. I'm going to go get a separate bank account set up for Tri-County Poultry so that we can pay out and donate to FFA and Lone Star Chicken Care. So that'll be great. I'm so glad that Klein is interested in coming out. Excuse me. Ooh, I got a sip of coffee here. Good stuff. So I'm going to have a poultry show, awards and so forth. I showed this earlier to Rebecca, but this is a trophy. It'll be mounted on a piece of wood. This is a metal cutout of a chicken hen. And this will be mounted on a piece of wood. On the front here will say Tri-County Poultry Show. And on the base of the wood will have the category and what place it is. So the categories are, let me see, Junior Open, Junior Reserve. Then I have Grand Champion Open, Grand Champion Reserve. Then I'm going to have Most Unique and a People's Choice Award. So I'll be entering Brittany, my ugly chicken, in the Most Unique, hopefully. And she'll be there. And if you come up with a picture of your chicken and posted on the Facebook page for the Bock Chicken and Coffee, and you get more likes than anyone. You could win a coffee mug from the Bock along with a bag of coffee too. So I'll be giving that away. But the event is for my event. We're going to have some raffles and silent auctions and so forth. Items I have so far: I got an egg-laying nest with a rollout tray on it. I've got a one of these rat-proof feeders, so if the chickens step on it, it opens up and they can eat from it. I've got a trough-style feeder that if you have, like, say, broiler chickens out in a pasture coop or chicken coop, it's one of those great big long ones that you can just set in there, and like 50 chickens can eat out of it at the same time. It's from Premier One. It's a beautiful. That thing sells for around $69, but I've got that. And I'm going to build a set of chicken tunnels that'll be in the silent auction. But all the stuff I'm mentioning is all donated by the Bock and Bailey's Brew Coffee and Patriot Coffee. So 2920 Roadhouse is one of our gold sponsors. If you want to be a gold sponsor, that'd be great. We're looking for a poultry sponsor for the poultry seminar tent. If you want to be that'd be great. Your funds will go toward paying for the tent. So, and then money made from this event, after everything's been paid for, will go to Lone Star Chicken Care and the FFA. If you're wondering about Lone Star Chicken Care and you're not familiar with them, you need to check them out if you own chickens. There's not a lot of veterinarians out there that work on chickens. So Lone Star Chicken Care, here it is right here. They have a little hospital over in the Woodlands in front of Marissa Weaver's house. This little trailer where they work on chickens out there. And then Howard Davenport, this weekend he's out of town judging somewhere. He's judging chickens somewhere. But he travels around Texas and repairs people's birds. And he has some helpers now. They're getting more and more help, which is great, because there's not a lot of chicken vets out there. Well, I just so happens I met one, Dr. Molly O'Banion, which is Bailey's vet that operated on her for being spaded last Friday. And all the girls that work for her are all former students of Rebecca, I think. Her daughter works there as well. So, and then Haley, she's another young gal. She wants to volunteer at the event. So that'll be great. But I'm looking for, so then we're talking to Rebecca. Her daughter might be interested in coming on the podcast and talking. She's a student at Klein, and she wants to go to college to become a chicken veterinarian, which would be awesome. That's going to be a long, long school for her. But, she's probably a smart kid and probably get it done a little bit sooner. So if you're not doing anything this weekend and you're not disabled, you can't, driving doesn't bother you, head on up to Waxahachie, Texas to the poultry event show, because it's a heck of a big show. I mean, here, look at this. This is the road leading into it. People pulling in. See that traffic? From here all the way into the facility, there's a line of traffic of people trying to get into this event. So get up there early. I think it opens up to the public around 9 a.m. So say leave this area around leave around 6 or 7 a.m. and head on up to Waxahachie if you're in this area around me, and get up there. It's a great show. They're going to have a poultry sale and a ton of vendors up there that are chicken related. I'm not going to be there. God, I wish I was. I was so looking forward just to getting out of town for one night. I was going to go get a hotel room tonight and stay the night, but I can't I'll be on my feet the whole time talking. That's the way I am. If I go to that, I'll be on my feet the whole time there talking, and all that's going to do is open up my leg bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it only makes things worse, Let me think. Last year, I was hospitalized 4 times with infections in my legs, and I went to the wound care center every week, once a week for the whole year to the wound care center. That was my life. 4 trips to the hospital, 1 trip to the hospital, Blood pressure was horrible. I received 27 bags of broad spectrum IV antibiotics for the infection of my leg, and it was bad. It was so bad they didn't think I was going to make it out. But it's just, my legs are a mess. I hate it, and I got to keep them covered and protected because I got chickens. Doctor freaked out when he found out I was a chicken farmer. He was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me! That's like the worst thing you could have, and have your leg problems that you do." But I've had a lot of stuff taken away from me all my life because of my legs. I can't ride horses. I can't go hiking or camping. I can't go tubing down the Guadalupe River. I can't go wade fishing. I can't do anything with my legs, because I got to protect them. And it's been like this for 25 plus years. And I can't go fishing. I caught an infection while fishing. I caught a couple infections while fishing. I love to fish. I love to be out in the outdoors, but it's hard on me. So I got Bailey. I lived out here in the country, and I got my chickens, and I'm going to keep them. I'm not getting rid of them. I love them too much. they're really relaxing. I love eating the eggs. I love eating them too. Yeah, I got some of them butchering up coming next week. As soon as I'm better, I've got about 6 birds I'm going to butcher. Hate to say it, but they're roosters, and roosters don't serve any purpose for me. I don't need them. I didn't want them in the first place. I purchased pullets. I know that sometimes you get a rooster, but the ratio of roosters to hens I got from that hatchery was pitiful. Privet Hatchery. Yeah, Privet Hatchery. That's the name of them. Yeah, so I'm not buying from them anymore. I'm strictly going to buy from Cackle Hatchery. Let me see. Do I have their logo up here? No, I don't. Cackle Hatchery. Now, I bought these through a feed store, and it's not the feed store's fault at all because they weren't selling roosters. They were selling pullets. And the mix-up of birds wasn't their fault either because I was there in the morning when the chickens arrived, and I saw them put them into the brooders to where they pull them out to sell to people. So they weren't mixed up or anything like that because, they weren't selling any birds that look like Brittany. That's a screw up from the hatchery. My barred rocks that are laying green eggs, that's a screw up from the hatchery. That's not the feed store's problem. I'm not going to mention the feed store or anything. It's not their fault. The feed store that sold them is an awesome feed store. They're very knowledgeable people, and they've got a huge store. And it's D&D Feeds in Tomball. They're awesome people. And not just because they sell my coffee, but because they know their stuff. They've got a bunch of young girls working the counter, and they know the store, they know their products, and they know it really well. And that's why I like going in there. Jeff and Stephanie, a brother and sister, they run it and so forth. Their dad owns it, and they're just great people, really are. Very knowledgeable and so forth. But and they know there was a problem with the chickens, But it's the hatchery's problem. It wasn't their fault. I saw them put the birds in the brooders. The brooders it was all cracked. It's just that I got a bunch of barnyard mixes, and those came from the hatchery, not from them. So, yep, I'll probably be talking about that for a long time. Yeah. But I got a Wyandotte that another Wyandotte I have that's a rust and silver color. I don't know, do I have a picture of her or not? Let me see. I used to have one up here. No, I guess I took it down. But she's a gorgeous bird. Let me see here. My computer screen, oh, no, that's not it. My computer screen has little tiny pictures to look at. And I can't see what they are, but my Wyandotte, I wish I had a picture of her. She's beautiful. What's this one? Oh, that's my olive egger. She's a beautiful bird right there. She started out laying a cream egg, and then after a while, it started turning into a mint-colored egg, and now it's a beautiful green egg. But she's an absolutely beautiful bird, and she's a gray and white and black, and she's looks like sometimes she looks like a hawk, but she's an absolutely beautiful bird. I love that bird. She lays an egg almost every day. She's giving me 5 to 6 eggs a week. This is her, no, that's another one. That's the ones coming out of the barred rocks. Here's the barred rocks I have. They look like lake bars. Yep. You can see the colors of the barred rocks and everything. And you got brown hackles and so forth. You got the little crest on the head, like a lake bar and so forth. But those are my barred rocks are laying the green eggs. I think, what is this? Is this Gooster? Yeah, it's Gooster. That's my crazy rooster, Gooster. He had that wry neck when he was a youngster, and we gave him his vitamin B12 and everything, but he's just not all there. But I keep him around. He's kind of funny when he tries to run or walk. But so now this is everyone's looking at this going, oh, that's a cream lake bar. That's a cream lake bar. But no, it's not. It was a little black and white chick called a barred rock. And as it grew, these are the original feathers here. You can see like those original black and white feathers mixed in there. And as it grew older, they started fading away and started getting more brown and tan hackles on its neck and so forth, and that crest. And I mean, that looks like a lake bar all the way. But lake bars lay mainly, blue eggs. Well, she's laying green eggs, So another barnyard mix, but oh well. So the past couple of weeks, I noticed my water has been considerably slowing down. I couldn't even turn on my sprinkler. Oh, that reminds me, I got a sprinkler going right now. I need to turn off. It's okay. It got so bad that the water the sprinkler would be running and it would just stop. And I checked it out, and sure enough, my tank wasn't filling up. And this past Wednesday, we had I asked everyone I know in the chicken industry in this area who they use for well service, and I got a bunch of suggestions, and a lot of people said Hildebrand, and some people said some others, but Hildebrand had great reviews, and people were saying they're not highly priced, they were priced right, and so I had them come out and they look at it, and Mr. Hildebrand came out himself, and with another guy, and they have a nice truck, a little truck that goes around with a crane on it and everything, and years ago, I helped a friend replace his, and he had like a flex pipe, and we were able to pull it right out of the casing, and we used a pulley system that would attach the casing so that flex pipe would roll right over the top of it. And we used a lawn tractor to pull it out, and it was like 150 feet deep, and we were able to get to the well, take it off, replace it, and he heated up that flex pipe and shoved it back in and put a couple bands or little hose clamps on there, and rehooked up the wiring, and we sent it back down. And it was real easy to do. So when he came out, I said, oh, yeah, we got to take the roof off the pump house. We're going to have to use a crane. I'm like, why? Can't you just pull it out, like that? And he goes, no, that's got PVC pipe on it. I was like, oh, crap. So they had to take the roof off. And luckily, the well house on this roof, it just pops right off real easily for just this reason. And they got the crane hooked up, and they were pulling out those 12-foot sections of PVC pipe that had galvanized buckles on there that unscrew, and they had checked the well. The well's 240 feet deep, and the pump was sitting in water at 161 feet. They pulled it out, replaced it, replaced the wiring. The wiring was really old on it too, and they lowered it back down, and they got it set at 191 feet. So 30 feet deeper than it was, the well's sitting at, the pump is sitting at, but the well's 240 feet deep. So last night I was out watering the grass. The chickens were going nuts because it was that nice, cool water from the well. They love it. So I'm so glad to have that back so I can water all my grass. Because I water all my grass so that I can let the chickens free range on it, either through the chicken tunnels or through the poultry netting. And they love it, And in fact, if you look behind over there behind the chicken tunnels, you'll see a green fence. And that green fence actually goes around some grass I have protected because I have my Easter eggers and olive eggers in the evenings. I let them free range around there with them outside watering the grass. So I keep an eye on them, and they can free range out there, and they go and eat grass and so forth. Well, I keep that area closed off so the grass can continue to grow and they don't mess with it. And plus, because I've had a short supply of water, and then now I got my sprinkler back, I'm watering the heck out of all my grass. And I mean, I was looking out there today, and I got green grass coming up already from yesterday. I'm like, oh, this is great. So, and then out front, I moved the poultry netting around so they get green grass. I don't have to move the coop so much, but I can just move that pole section, 200 feet a section of netting all around that coop, so they get green grass. So right now, I moved it over the other day, and I'll be able to move it one more time over to the right and get on some fresh grass. And then by the time they sit on that for about 2 or 3 weeks, the grass all the way at the beginning will be green again, and I'll be able to move it all the way back over and get them on green grass again, and then start all over again. Then I'll be watering all this over here. And then come October, I'll be planting oats and ryegrass and some white crimson clover. I'll be mixing that in there. I'll be planting that out in the front field too, so the grass stays green all year round for them. I'll be planting all that. I'll be planting some more in the back. And hey, look who's back. Yeah, she's back. She's back. There's Miss Bailey. Hello, Miss Bailey. Oh, you hit your head with the microphone there. You want to say something in the microphone or just hit your head on it? That's her chair for the podcast. Actually, she shares that chair with Howard Davenport when he comes over, don't you, Bailey? Is that Bailey's chair? Huh? Is that your chair? You want some coffee? I know I want some more coffee, that's for sure. Yeah, we're going to have another cup of coffee. Yeah, we're going to head over to 2920 Roadhouse today and talk to Taylor Burmaster. She's her family owns that, and she's a manager over there. We're going to talk to her about the event. We're probably going to have a cup over there, brisket chili. Oh, God, that stuff is so good. If you haven't had brisket chili, you need to go over there and have some. I went over there one day, had a burger, and I had a cup of their chili. And their burgers are delicious. They've got a big old thick burger. You get it cooked the way you want. It's a really good burger. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like going to Ron's Hamburger and Chili in Tomball. And they have those really thin burgers with the crispy edges on it, like you'd find at a old-timey grill, burger grill like Dairy Queen used to have, and so forth. I like those old burgers that are done on a grill with the crispy edges. Well, that's how they are at Ron's. And they've got good chili there, too. We'll go there maybe once a week. But the burgers at 2920 Roadhouse are about an inch thick. They're delicious. You get them cooked the way you want. And I got a medium rare one yesterday. Oh, it was good. Oh, or no, day before yesterday. And their steak fries are delicious, And they love service dogs. So if you have a service dog, it's welcome. They don't allow pets inside the restaurant, but they'll allow service dogs. They love their veterans. They love their first responders over there. They have a lot of events over there, car shows. It's a music venue. So Friday, Saturday nights during the cooler months, they have a lot of concerts. But they have them during the warmer months as well. I can listen to them from my front porch. That's how close I live to them. And I love 2920 Roadhouse. I love the music. I just hang out on my front porch and listen to it. This is a logo from there, 2920 Roadhouse, Restaurant Bar and Grill. They've got a new logo, but the artwork I have for it just doesn't show up that well. And we're working on getting some new stuff so that I can show that artwork, because I need it for their trophy, because I'm going to give them a sponsor trophy. And let's see here, what else? Well, that's about it, I guess. No comments, no chatting, which is fine. That's about it for me. So it looks like we're going to start getting some cooler weather finally. Once again, here's one of my coops with the open sides. About another month or two, I'll be closing up the sides with just a simple piece of plywood. And I'll leave a little venting at the top. If you see at the top of there where that is, where it kind of at an angle, I'll just run the wood straight across the top of it, and I'll leave the top open. And the reason you want to keep it open is because if we get really cold temperatures, their combs will get wet from dew from their body heat being hot, and their combs getting a little cold and everything. Well, that dew can actually freeze, on them. So you want a little airflow so that it dries that any kind of moisture off of them, which makes a difference. So I'll be leaving that top a little bit open during the winter months so that there's ventilation as well. This is just one of my open coops. This coop is actually going to go, this has got my Easter eggers and olive eggers in it, and they're being moved over to a new coop I'm building. I don't know if I got a picture of it or not. I've got a shed in my backyard, an old shed. It doesn't show it on that. That's my front pasture where the chickens are with a free range. I'm just going through pictures of my back. Oh, that's a poultry show. That's not me. That's chicken tunnels. No, it doesn't show it. But no, that's it right there. But no. But back in the corner of here, I have two old sheds that people had some type of animals in years ago, and I'm going to dig out the bottom of them out from underneath it and lay down mesh so it protects it from being anything from digging in. And I'm going to lay some brick on top of those, and then I'm going to cover back over with sand. And I'm going to finish up the sides and the front and put hardware mesh on it and turn it into a big coop. When it's all said and done, I'll probably hold about 25 or 30 birds. So all the olive eggers that are in here and Easter eggers that are in this coop, which is only 12, will go into that bigger coop, along with all these barred rocks that have their laying green eggs. So they'll all be mixed together in that one coop. All the colored eggs will be in that coop. And then this coop right here, since it has wheels on it, I'll probably save it till January, February when I get my Cornish cross hens in. And once they're out of the brooder, I'll just put them in this one and raise my meat birds in that because I can move it around out in the pasture. This one now actually has an egg-laying nest on the back where I'm collecting eggs in it, but I don't need it for the Cornish cross hens. But I'll leave it on there just in case because I might, after I get done with the meat birds, I might use this as a quarantine coop or something like that, But it's a great little coop. I'm going to keep it at the ready for when I need it. But I'm going to have that shed. And that shed actually has a partition wall in it. One side's bigger than the other. And one side's going to be colored eggs. The other side, I'm thinking about putting my leghorns in it so I can have all my white eggs on the other side. Because there's a chicken I want to get called a Kuna. I think it's pronounced. Chuck Lewis from Sheridan Park Farms told me about it. It produces a white egg. It produces a lot of white eggs. So I'm going to try and get some of those. I want to get some of those and have them with the leghorns. Because I have a lot of customers that they like the brown eggs, but they're so used to the white eggs. They got to have white eggs. They want to have grass-fed white eggs that are from the country, free range, and all that. So I'm going to have that for them. And then the big shed, the shed that I'm going to make in a coop, they'll be able to free range in the evenings. I'm going to have poultry netting set out for them, so they can roam around and get some, during the day and the evenings and everything. They'll be able to get around in the poultry netting. So that Premier One poultry netting and some great stuff. I had a pair of foxes that have been trying to get into the poultry netting, into the chickens, and I got video of them. You can hear them in the background barking and yelping at the fencing when they were getting shocked. It was really funny. But that was on there. And then I got one of the foxes last week too. I took him out. He got a little too close to my net, and I took him to the train station, you could say. So there's still one running around, but if it gets too close to my chickens, foxes will hit your chickens during the daylight hours too. So that you get to be careful of, and that's what's good about that Premier One netting. It's electric. They hit it, they're going to bounce back off because electricity. But it stuff works. I caught raccoons in it at night, and nothing's got in past the poultry netting. But then again, my coops are very secure as well. So they would have, if they got into the poultry netting, they'd have a tough time getting into the coop at night. During the day, they're free ranging, but at night, they're locked up in the coops, and the coops are like Fort Knox. They're well protected, hardware mesh. They can't reach in and grab the chickens. Even this one right here has 1 inch by 1/2 inch mesh on it. That's PVC coated, and the rest of it's 1/2 inch mesh. It's just that I ran out of 1/2 inch mesh when I was building this one, and all that was available was 1/2 inch by 1 inch, which is fine. It worked okay. But I got that. So that's about it. Got some quail coming in, some bobwhite quail for meat for myself because I like eating bobwhite quail. So I'll have those soon. But that's about it. Oh well, y'all have a great weekend and keep praying for that rain because we need it still around here. That's for sure. All right, y'all have a great weekend. Bye bye.